To be honest, this is the first time I've lived with myself this long. And it's been a journey learning who I am.
We started having behavioral issues in kindergarten. They just continued to increase until it got to the point where he was only, I want to say third grade, trashed a classroom, broke some glass, and was threatening to cut himself. That was the ultimate defeat, and them telling us that, we need to hospitalize him. And we were going on the recommendations of who we thought were the professionals, who the experts were, because we're not experts in this. And then our child is further traumatized, further, regression. And it was just like, who do we trust?
We are the safety net provider here in Wyandot County, so we serve everyone, regardless of their ability to pay, regardless of what their mental health needs are. Experiencing some short-term depression, anxiety, and need a little therapy, or if you're needing a little medication for psychiatric services, if you're having a little greater depression or suicidality or extreme anxiety, to if you have schizophrenia, or if you are a child with a very severe emotional disorder. We serve everyone, and we have an array of services. I think it is that continuum that allows us to really make the impact on residents who are needing mental health services in Wyandot County.
Well, with Kim Wilson Housing, they've helped me get back on my meds, which is the most important part, because without me being on meds, my family didn't even want to be around me, really. Gave me the incentive to say no to the drugs that were tearing me apart and being on the street. It's a really great program, Choices you make, the consequences you have to take. Well, I like the consequence I took this time. Do I really want to give all this up? They help direct you to the right roads instead of saying, well, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. No, it's not like that. Somebody made me realize to be open with myself first, and that was the hardest part. And the second hardest part was to accept the fact that there's people out there to help you, if you really want it.
My child received the full gambit of therapy, case management, but for us, the most impactful was the asset program, because they were working with him in his environment, working with him at the school, working with us at home, where the behaviors were happening. That was the make or break point for us, to where we were seeing real change. And the time where we needed help the most, when we couldn't get any answers, we couldn't get any support from the hospital he was at, PACES was there to say, okay, we're here with you. Let's just keep moving forward, and let's stay focused on what your child needs. That was huge.
We have been doing a lot of work at that intersection of justice and mental health for well over a decade. Some innovative things that have come from that include the first behavioral health court in the state of Kansas.
We were having so many cases, the same folks coming in and out, that it was very hard to get anything else done. The education that I have received about mental health issues, self-care, vicarious trauma, all of those things that Wyandot Center, they're always inviting me. Having learned the trauma-informed courtroom kind of techniques, I have a better connection with the people that are appearing in my courtroom, no matter what the case is.
So that intersection is very important, because people who need to be in jail should be there. People who might end up in jail because of their mental illness should not be in jail. They should be getting the services and the treatment that they need.
If you can get them in treatment, I would prefer they go to RSI, never go to the emergency room. If the jail isn't the most expensive, then it's going to be the ER.
RSI is our 24-hour, 365-day-a-year crisis stabilization center. This is a program that someone can walk in anytime, day or night, if they're in any kind of substance abuse or mental health crisis. It's a program that has been instrumental in helping keep people out of higher levels of care, inpatient care at the local level, as well as the state psychiatric hospital. This was the first one in the state. And now RSI is a model that other communities in Kansas come to look at, so that they can begin to provide similar kinds of services there. I've seen people thrive and make incredible recoveries when they can get the intensity and the frequency of the services that they need in order to live their life as they would choose to do, to have the ability to support them, to help them and walk with them on their journey so that they can live in the community, live in their home. Work is something I think this organization has done well, and I'm extremely proud of.
It's not rocket science. It really isn't. Just work the program. It's a great program. If you need help with the drugs, they'll refer you to somebody who's been through it and can talk to you with it and stuff. And I was told if they can do it, I can do it. So I like that challenge. And it was a hell of a challenge, but I got to be able to look in the mirror on my first year and say, I did it.
Just seeing them being able to enjoy their life now instead of being in this constant state of panic, it's a whole different kid.
First step out the door is the hardest, right? So picking up that phone the first time is the hardest, but they're there to help.
What this organization is about, above all else, we must create hope. And I've seen that over time with children as young as 6 and 7 years old or adults who first are walking into our door and you can just see their sense of hope is lost. And so working with them, believing in their recovery, walking with them on their journey to create hope is essential to their recovery.